What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Doculife webinar. This week we'll be covering off on Beyond the Basics. So today's topics that we'll be going over, we'll be looking at binder settings, contributor roles, taking a look at tags, and then also how to use the import email. And I'll be doing something a little bit different moving forward. I'll be also showing you not only the desktop, but also the application as well. So let's go ahead and get started today. All right, so let's get this guy out of the way. Just put him down here. And this one too. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the desktop application open, and then also the mobile application opened right next to it. So as you can see, they're pretty much the same here. So the first thing we want to go over is to take a look at binder settings. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to open this binder group up and go into the kitchen remodel binder. Now, binder settings have to do with this little gear icon just to the right of the plus sign. And they'll pretty much allow you to set things like this header image here, what type of content panels you're going to show on the side, if you want to put an image back here, whether you want to invite people, the type of roles they have. Those are the things you can do with binder settings. And again, you can access those just by clicking on this little gear icon just to the right of the plus sign. So when we're in binder settings and on the mobile application, let's go ahead and do that too. So in the mobile application, you're going to go to the action menu and then go to binder settings. All right. So we've got, as you can see, we've got the binder name. We've got the binder description here, as you can see in both, and you can edit both in this particular spot here just by clicking or tapping in and typing. You can set the default binder color. So if you make any new section or widget, it'll take on the hue of this particular color. Again, you can do that on mobile as well. Then on the top here, you can set the different images. So as you saw, we've got that header background, which appears right up here. And you can also add a side rail image if you like on the left-hand side by using the sidebar background. Then you could also set the binder thumbnail itself. So that will be what appears on the cover here. If you don't set one, it'll just take on the first thing that appears in your binder. And for me, that's this particular image right here. So it's just grabbing this, is using it as the icon, but you could set any binder thumbnail that you would like. And then if you're a small business, you can also set your logo, and that'll appear right above the Collaborate With panel. That'll push down a little bit and it'll fit your logo right up here. So really cool stuff. Then we've got some switches under here. We've got hide binder. So you could hide the binder completely. Say it's a binder that you don't use often and you're just feeding like bank statements into it using the import email address. You don't really need to access it that often. And you just want to clean up your binder view. You can just hide the binder and access it only when you need to go look at a statement perhaps. So that just hides it from your view. And again, I would probably apply this to binders you don't access much. Don't include on mobile is a setting where I see my notifications coming in for email if I turn those off. Don't include on mobile is if you have a binder that has a lot of content in it that from a kilobyte or a data size is large. So say you've got a lot of video, high-res images, and the binder itself, for instance, if we show this binder, it'll tell me that storage being used is only 7.82 megabytes. So if you've got a binder that's like, 400 or 500 megabytes, and you're out on your cell phone and your data plan is basically lower, not unlimited, and you've got only a set amount of data, and you don't want to download that binder and use that data plan, you could basically just click on the don't include on mobile, and you'll still have access to it on desktop, but it just won't show up on your mobile phone while you're out and about eating up your data plan and downloading all that content in case you want to view it. So that's handy, but probably something you won't use super often. Again, and I would use it if you're approaching that like 500 meg range for a single binder. Allow conversations. So just turn the conversation panel on or off. This is completely up to you, whether you want to show it or not. As you can see, it appears, disappears, and reappears. Binder activity in conversations. So if I turn this on, you'll see that the conversation now has all of this binder activity here. Who's added what, sort of, who's modifying what. So you can kind of keep track from that standpoint as to who's doing what within the binder itself. If you want to clean up that conversations panel, just turn that off and you'll just look at comments. So pretty cool stuff. Allow tags will display the tag panel, and we will be using that towards the end of this presentation, so stay tuned. And then allow by the numbers is what we looked at before, which is kind of like a report card for your binder. It tells you exactly what's in it and then how much storage you're using. And it's up to you if you want to show that or not. Over on the mobile side of things, again, you could hide the binder. You could only download the contents when you're on Wi-Fi. So if you want to download the contents of the binder, only do it when you're on a Wi-Fi signal. And then again, show conversations is also an option on the binder itself. Then the collaboration settings. So it will show you exactly who's in the binder, and you can also invite more contributors here. So this person hasn't shown up yet because their invitation is still pending, but when they do, their name should appear here. So that's the general settings on the mobile side of things. Then in addition to that, on desktop, you can do these two rarely used actions. So let's talk about transfer ownership first. So transfer ownership is if you do not need the binder any longer for any reason at all, and you want to give it to someone else. A use case for this would be if you kept up a great binder for your house or apartment or whatever, and you have appliances that you bought that have manuals, you've got maintenance contracts, you've got other things that you've done in the house, new roof, warranty, put in a new HVA system, then get a warranty for that. And you want to transfer it all to, you're selling your house, key point, you're selling your house, you have no longer any use for that particular binder because you're not going to live here anymore, and you want to give it to the person who's buying the house. You can definitely transfer ownership and have that then the binder then given over to a new person, whoever is buying your house. Another use case would be if you're using Doculife at work, you're leaving a job, you need to give responsibility for that binder over to a new person. Again, you would transfer ownership, and you're kind of wiping your hands of whatever is in that binder. You're going to have nothing to do with it after it's given over to someone else. So make sure that there is no private information in there before you do transfer ownership, like social security numbers, any credit card information, things like that, that you want, get that out and then transfer ownership after. Delete binder is exactly what it means. So if you click that by accident, don't worry, you'll get a confirmation screen. Are you sure you want to remove this binder? So you think of the binder like it's a basket, right? And the contents of the binder are fruit. So you have the option here of just getting rid of the basket or the basket and the fruit altogether. So if you want to use the contents of the binder in another binder elsewhere down the road, or you've got one ready to go, do not check the box. That way the contents of the binder will stay in your Doculife account, and you only be deleting the wrapper or the container, which is the binder itself. So then you would want to leave this blank. But if you do want to delete everything that's in the binder, the contents and the binder, go ahead and check this off, click confirm, and everything will get deleted, including the contents. So we're going to hit cancel because we like our binder there. All right, so those are two additional things that you could do on desktop only. And this kind of brings us to our collaboration settings here. And the different types of contributor roles that you can give when you invite people. So let's open this invitation modal and take a look at what's here. And then we could also do this on the binder as well. So there's two ways you can invite people on through the mobile application. You could click the little blue man to the right of the last profile picture, which is this guy right here. Or you could go back. This is a little bit longer route. Oh, I can't click on it because it's my phone. Tap on it. You go to binder settings, and then collaboration. So you get a few taps and then click invite or tap invite contributors there, and you can invite them there as well. But the easier way is just to tap on the little blue man there in the application, and you'll also get the invitation window. So let's take a look at the different roles that can be given to whoever you're going to invite. All right, so we've got, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. We'll get them answered. So we've got 3 different roles to choose from. Since you're the owner, you can only ever have one owner. So whoever is doing the inviting will have either owner or admin privileges only. So let's talk about admin. So admin can do everything an owner can do except delete or transfer ownership of the binder. An editor can do everything an admin and an owner can do except delete and transfer ownership of binder or invite people. But an editor can then upload their stuff, modify other people's stuff, modify their own stuff, that type of thing, because they've got read-write privileges as an editor. They can edit my things, they can edit their things. And then lastly is read-download, and those people can only look at things and download things. They can't add their own stuff. They can't modify anything. All they can do is look at things and then download things that they need or want to save. So again, I would probably ensure that you're giving editor and admin privileges to people you know and trust, because they can modify the things that you have, and then give read-download to people that you don't particularly know well. And you just want to look and download things. So read and download can also contribute to conversations. So anyone in Doculife can contribute to a conversation, but as far as the contents within the binder itself, read, download, they cannot modify or invite people or delete or transfer ownership. So it's kind of the lowest on the rung there. All right, and then to invite someone, so you can invite John Appleseed. We'll add them here. If the person isn't in this list already, because these are people who have already accepted invitations to other binders that I have, so they're already contacts, you can just type in their mobile number or their email. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do Richard Jason Test and Gmail. All right. And so now you'll see that the system hasn't found this particular email address in your contacts, and the only option is to invite them to Doculife. So click that, and they'll get added to that list, and then you can assign them a particular role. I'm going to say I know these 2 people, and so I'm going to give them editor roles. They don't need to invite anyone. They just need to be able to add and modify content. So this is great. You can also add a note to this particular invitation and say, please join my kitchen remodel remodel binder. There we go. And then click send. And those 2 invitations will get sent. As you see, it's working down here, and you get the invitation sent, and they'll get added to the invitation sent tab. So you know that the invitation is gone to them and they haven't accepted yet. When they do accept, go over here to the last tab. You'll see who has accepted already and what their exact role is. And you can change that anytime or kick them out of the binder, or in this particular tab, you can revoke the invitation as well if they haven't accepted it yet. Additionally, if they haven't accepted, or you want to just do this this way, you can just copy the invitation link right here, write your own email, or paste it into iMessage, if you will, and the user can, the potential user can then click on that link and join the binder that way. So a few different ways to invite people. So on your mobile, again, you're going to click the blue man. You'll see a place to enter the email or phone. You can, assign them a role here as well, just like you would online via the desktop. Or you can copy the link, paste it into email, enter their name or email address, hit send, and the same actions occur. All right. So those are user roles and binder settings. So now we're going to talk about tags. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to switch over again to the desktop so we could look at our presentation. All right, I'm going to show your screen two and Keynote. Doop. All right, there we go. Okay. So what are tags and why would you want to use them? So tags are little words that help you classify things within Doculife. You may think that tags are things like if we look at this photo and you want to tag this particular photo and upload it, you may think tags for this photo would be things like sky, sunny, stairs, gate door, white, or flowers. But really, these are just keywords that describe this singular photo itself. And these are things that you might enter into Google image search or to a stock photo site if you're looking for a singular photo that has these particular attributes. But most likely, you're going to be uploading more than one photo from this particular trip. And in that case, you want to take a different type of approach. So what you want to do when we classify uploads to Doculife is apply tags with qualifiers, and that will help you kind of remember and bring them into other binders later on. So my strategy, and you may have a different strategy and feel free to implement that, whatever works for you, but here's the strategy that I like to use with tagging is I'll ask myself, in the case of a photograph, these three questions: what is it, where was it, and when was it? And in this case, it's a photo. Where was it? It's a Greece trip that I never took. And then when was it? It was supposedly taken in 2018. So I would enter these as three separate tags. And you may be asking yourself, why not just use photo? Because it's a photo, right? Well, because, in this day and age with smartphones, not like the 12-shot film canisters we used to use as kids, and you would, just guard each picture and just take, each one, like save that film. But now it's just like, take 100 pictures in a span of 5 minutes on your phone. We take a lot of photos. And if I tagged everything with only one tag of photo, when I wanted to bring those into a binder and I enter that tag photo, it'll bring in every single photo I've ever tagged photo. And I won't be able to separate those into only the photos that I want to bring in for that particular binder, which would be about my Greece trip. So I have to add then a secondary tag of what that group of photos is actually about. And in this instance, it's about this imaginary trip I took to Greece. Well, maybe I won the lottery years ago and I bought a boat and I just cruise around the Mediterranean and I'm always in Greece. So what Greece trip was it this time? Well, maybe this time it was the one I took in 2018. So again, if you frequent a particular destination and you're always taking photos there, you may want to also give that grouping a date as to that particular time. So then I would add these three tags to this one set of photos that I'm uploading. I'm telling Doculife that it's a photo. I'm telling Doculife that I took them when I was in Greece, and then I'm telling them that I took them in 2018. And so when I want to bring only this particular set of photos into a binder, all I then have to do is add this as a grouped tag. And I'll explain that in a minute. What's a group tag, Jason? Tell me all about this. I'm intrigued. A group tag is when you combine three tags to make like a mega tag, and you only then display any object that has those three tags. If you just add three tags to Doculife, Doculife views it as three separate tags. So let's take a look at that real quick, since I brought it up and out of order of my presentation. So group tags. So you drag and drop tags onto one another to create a tag group. And this filters out unwanted content. So if I just put tags, ungrouped tags in a binder, if I just type them in three separate tags, I type in photo, I type in 2018, and I type in Greece trip, it's going to view that as or. I can display anything in this binder that it has the tag photo or 2018 or Greece trip. So it's going to bring up a whole bunch of different things. Like it's going to bring in anything that has the tag photo. So I'm looking at stuff of a dog, of a trip I took to France, because remember I won the lottery. And then the year 2018. So it's, bringing in some documents that have 2018 tag and a grease trip. So it's got this one photo that also has that tag. So it's not really what you want. If you enter these 3 tags into a binder and you're going to be scratching your head, this isn't what I want. So what you need to do is group the tags. And when you group the tags by dragging them onto one another, it tells Doculife that any object has to have these 3 tags, all 3 tags, not one of them, but all 3 of them. So instead of or, it's and. So when you group tags together, it tells Doculife, I want to see photos tagged with photo and 2018 and grease trip. So that way you're eliminating all this other junk and you're only seeing the stuff that you want to see. And it works like that when you pop them in. So let's pop over to Doculife now and see this in practice because it's really cool. Tags are awesome for bringing things into a binder and a snap that happens really fast. So let's take a look now. So we're going to stop this guy and we will go back to Doculife. All right. Get this back out of the way. Okay. So let's make a new binder here. And hey, we'll just call it my first binder, even though it's probably the 5th or 6th. We'll go into that binder here. And actually, you know what? We're going to just go to manage documents first. I'm just going to upload stuff right here through the main document, and we're not uploading to any binder. So let's go ahead and open this up. And I'm not going to tag things. I want to tag them after the fact to show you how cool this is. Okay. So let's grab 6 of these guys. We'll drag them and upload these. And then we're going to grab 6 of these guys, and we'll drag those over and upload those as well. Don't you love the multi-upload in Doculife? It's really rad. Okay, so we'll close this out. It looks like everything was uploaded without an issue. That's fantastic. Okay, so now let's view these by date. All right. So if you ever see these circles on here, go ahead and mouse over them. It'll tell you exactly what it's doing in the background. It's really cool after your upload is done. So it's like tagging, image processing, generating preview, all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use the bulk action manager as well right here. So we're going to select all these photos that we just uploaded, and I've got a bunch of other stuff in here, so I'm not going to select all. I'm just going to select these guys here that I can see. All right. And I'm going to go, as you can see, when you start selecting things, this other option appears right here that says actions. So I am going to apply tags to selected items. And I'm going to give them all the tag of photo. I already have that tag entered in the system, so it's listed in the dropdown already, so I don't have to type it in. I'm going to click Add Tags. And when we do this, you're going to see it appear over on the right-hand side to verify that it's been added. So I already see it popping in there. All right, so you're probably saying, well, Jason, you said not to give everything only a photo tag. Well, this is part of the example is that I've uploaded 2 different sets of photos. I've uploaded 6 Eiffel Tower photos and 6 dog photos. So now I'm going to deselect all this stuff, and I'm only going to select the Eiffel Tower photo. And just to be quick about this, I'm going to add tags again. And I'm going to add, let's add Paris. You hit return. Don't forget to hit return because you need to make it a tag first. Boom, makes it a tag, and then click on add tags, and it'll add Paris to those 6 photos. All right, now we can go back to the my first binder, and we're going to show the tags panel, allow tags, and let's disallow conversations right now, just so that the tags panel can be high up on the page and you guys can see it okay. All right. Now this is really cool. Okay, so we're going to add the tag photo. And as you can see, it's brought in, like I said, everything that has had the tag photo, right? Oh, even the even the kids' little league that has the tag photo. And some kitchen remodel pictures too. So this is what I was trying to say in the presentation, is that it brings in anything with the tag photo. So now we're going to add a secondary tag of Paris, which we already have entered. So just pick that. And so again, as you can see, everything stays because we haven't grouped the tag yet. Remember, to group tags, you need to drag it on top of one another in order to create that group. Just like you would on your phone, dragging apps on top of one another to create an app group or an app folder, if you will, whatever you want to call it. So that nothing's changed over here as far as, because right now we're viewing everything with the tag photo or the tag Paris. And so it's showing me everything that has the tag photo or the tag Paris. So let's group these now, and you'll see just like that, it'll filter out everything else that doesn't meet the requirements of photo and Paris. So to group tags, you're going to grab this guy right here. Woo! You're going to drag him up onto the other tag and see how you get that awesome gray outline telling you that you're in the right spot. So then go ahead and drag it, and you're going to make one bigger tag. Boom. And instantly, just like that, we've filtered out everything that doesn't match photo and Paris. And this is why tagging is so important, as far as having a good tagging strategy when you're uploading things, to plan things out a little bit in advance of knowing how Doculife likes to work, and then using that to your advantage to do really cool things like this, is to filter out content instantly. And you don't have to individually add these photos to any binder. All I need to do, if I wanted to add these photos to another binder, is add these group tags, and they'll appear in there. You don't need to re-upload. You don't need to drag. It's that handy of a way to move things around in Doculife just by using tags. So, and again, you don't necessarily have to add them when you upload them. If you forget, just go to Manage and then Documents, search for whatever you're looking for, and then add them after the fact, just like we did here to show you this particular example. So that's tagging, and tagging actually leads us into our next example here. But I want to show you tagging though on the mobile application, because we could do that there as well. So I'm going to show you the complete desktop here. All right. So I think that I have stopped screen sharing. So let's see if we can start that again. There we go. All right, I'll get that back over here. All right. So to add tags in Doculife on the mobile, just go ahead and upload something. So as you can see, we've got all these options of places to upload on the mobile app. You can take a photo, you can grab stuff from your photo library, you can browse anything on their mobile phone and add it that way, or you can add a section. So right now I'm going to see what's in my photo library. All right, it's going to bring stuff in quick. I'm going to grab this photo from the hardware store. Okay, so now here is the upload screen on the mobile application, and here is where we can add tags. So it's listing 3 sections that I have in this particular binder, the Appleseed Kitchen Remodel binder that I'm in right now. And I can create a new section or select one of these 3 sections to upload to. So I'm going to add this to materials, and then I'll add some tags. And if there were any tags already being used in this account, they would be listed here. So you could just click on it really quickly. You wouldn't have to retype it. So I'm just going to do, let's call this parts. All right. So then you can see it gets added as a tag, and then we can upload this to the binder. And it looks very similar to upload on the desktop application as well. To see the upload in progress, just go ahead and click that plus sign. So it's uploading it as an MP4 because it was a live image. And you can click back, and it is still uploading. If you want to see the current upload, just click the plus sign again, and current uploads is now a new option. So just click that and it'll go back to that particular upload, and you can see it's still rolling along there. And then all uploads finish successfully. You just finish upload and it'll pop in a second once it gets finished processing. So really awesome way to be able to add tags as well. Hey, thanks for the question from Marlene. I don't speak Spanish though. It was a Spanish comment. I'll have to translate that and get back to her with her answer. Okay, so let's go ahead then and look at import email. So import email is a great way to bring things in to your binder that you have in an email account as attachments. So you don't have to save the attachment to your desktop or your phone and then upload it into Doculife. You can forward it right into any binder, any section, and any album on Doculife. It's that cool. So what is an import email address? Think about it this way. For every binder, for every section, and for every album, there's a street address, just like houses on a street. Everyone has its own number, right? So every binder, section, and album has its own unique import email address that you just need to ask Doculife to give to you. And with those unique addresses, just like every house on a street, you can send something directly to that particular place. And so if you have like bank statements, you could have those automatically forwarded into a specific Doculife binder. If you want to declutter your email, because we know we all have 6,000 attachments in our email that we then have to search the email program for, right? So declutter your email and bring those email attachments into Doculife, and you'll always know where they are. You'll always know that they're protected, safe, and secure, which email is not necessarily. So let's take a look at how to generate one of these. So we'll go back to my first binder, click on the plus sign, and then we'll take a look at this import email tab right here. So currently, we don't have any sections in this particular binder, so there is none here. If you wanted to create a new section, you could do that right here on the fly. Same thing with an album. You can create an album on the fly as well. But if you just want to import into the binder itself, just click on Generate Email Address, and it will create one just for the binder itself because we haven't specified a section or an album. So that should pop in here in a second. There it is. So this is a free plan. Free plan uses a bunch of random characters here at the front and then at mydocumail.com. And if this was for a different binder, you'd have a different set of characters here. All you need to do then is copy this. You'll get a confirmation in the lower left-hand corner. And then we want to forward something into this binder, and I've got this PDF right here. So we'll forward that. We'll paste this into the to field, and there it is. And then I want to show you something that has to do with tags. And this is a very cool trick. And again, something that really helps speed things along in Doculife, make you more efficient, make you more productive. So I want to tag this in the subject line of this particular email. And when it gets sent to mydocumail.com, Doculife will read that in the subject line and automatically apply those tags to that particular object. So all you need to do this is tell Doculife, hey, I'm going to put some tags here. So type in tags : and then whatever tag you want to give it. So I'm going to type in two. I'm going to type in map and Grand Canyon. And you could put a space there. It's okay. Just separate them by a comma, but make sure you have that word in the front, tags : and then the tags that you want to include. Okay, so we'll hit send. And we'll go back over to my first binder here, close this window out. And we'll watch this. It's going to bounce around the internet tubes here for a second before it gets sucked into Doculife. And we should see that pop in here. I'm going to actually delete these tags because it may be restricting that. And that should pop in here in a second. There it is. So we just sent that from Gmail into Doculife in real time. So it's generating the preview right now, but we can go ahead and open this up. And if we scroll down here on the left-hand side, here it is. It just came in here. You can see that it was given 2 tags, map and Grand Canyon, that we had entered into the subject line. How awesome is that? That's super cool. So now whenever you need to bring this map into any other binder, just go ahead and type in map and Grand Canyon, and this map is in Doculife and it'll show up in that particular binder. So again, it's a great way to clean up your email, declutter. If you've got paper documents at home in a scanner that allows you to scan to email, you can enter this particular import email address into your scanner, save it in your address book, and then you can scan paper documents and send them directly into any binder on Doculife. Again, you don't have to save it to your computer hard drive if your printer has that functionality. A lot of the all-in-one printers do. It'll send it right into Doculife, so you can get rid of all that paper in your office and send all those things into whatever binder you need to in Doculife using import email addresses. Something I do want to mention on a paid plan, which is super affordable at $30 a year, which is what, $2 a month, very, very cheap. You can pick your own import email subdomain. So what that means is I could create an email address like statements@jason.mydocummail.com or photos at jason.mydocummail.com. Because I put that Jason in there, it allows me to customize everything before the @ sign. So I make something a little bit more memorable, and I don't have to then go to the plus sign, copy it as I would as a free plan, because I can't remember those random characters. So having a paid plan allows you to make these custom email addresses that are a little bit, import email addresses rather, that are a little bit easier to remember, because you can choose a custom email subdomain like jason.mydocummail.com, and allows you to put anything you want to in front of that @ symbol. But again, only available on the paid plan. So some new things that you may not have noticed are grouped binders. So to group a binder, it's just like you would group apps on your phone. Is just drag it over there. You can see that big plus sign in the background. Just let go, and it'll get dropped right into that particular binder. Binder successfully moved. It doesn't look like it. Let's try it again. Let's open this up. Interesting. I wonder if it's because it's someone else. Oh, no, there it goes. Just took a second. And you could add a bunch of these, even more than 4. They'll just, you'll see them peek out. Like if I drag this one over here, you'll see it now. It peeks over on the right-hand side, and you got a scroll bar, and you can see exactly what's in that binder itself. All right. So that's going to do it for this week's webinar. Next week will be at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be going over learning the basics for those getting started. I do advise you to check out our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great how-to and tutorial videos there, and we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Thanks so much, and talk soon.